Good morning, recruiting junkies. I hope you're well. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Angela Cripps. Hello, Angela.
Hi, on this side, yeah.
It's a weird thing on Zoom, isn't it? You always point to the person and actually they're going, I'm not on that side, I'm on this side.
Well, it is opposite for me as well. I got it totally wrong. If anyone saw our Start the Weekend webinar on Friday, I'd worked out Alan's and told him where to look, and I got it totally wrong. And they let me do it right the way through. Look in the wrong way. That's up on the gym now. That went up yesterday afternoon. So if you didn't get
if I want to look at you, I do that, which you're telling me is actually the wrong way.
I believe so, and I was doing that, and I think it's that way. So we got to suss it out. Zoom, yeah, Crowdcast not helping, are they? That we've got it totally wrong around.
If you want to feel good about your Zoom and Microsoft Teams ability, just imagine the House of Lords going virtual today. You've basically got a group of people that have either had PAs doing things forever, or they're in their 70s and 80s, and they've all got to work Zoom, Skype, GoToMeeting, basically be in the virtual House of Lords. So just imagine being the help desk on that.
Oh, I hope that Gareth said it was too polite to say anything. Yeah, I found out afterwards, but yeah, I can imagine that. I watch the Houses of Parliament every now and again, and yeah, they're not that technologically advanced, are they? So that the House of Lords is going to be hilarious. It's going to be, oh god.
Yeah, it's although my mum's pretty technically adept at that. In fact, she was the one that was getting me onto Skype and video chat well before everybody, well before anyone else. I just resisted it because I thought it was another way for my mum to control me.
Oh, that's the son speaking right there, isn't it?
That is. So, but yeah, no, it's that's exactly it. So today, Angela, we were speaking about personal brand yesterday and sharing content within the market that you've got. Just finding an article, adding some commentary, and then moving on from there. What I thought we'd talk about today is business critical roles, and one of the challenges is that often it's easy to sit there, and I know in my business I've sort of got into the mind trap of like, no one's buying training, but actually there comes a time now where I think the first 3 or 4 weeks everyone was holding their breath going,
yeah, can we do this? How do we do this?
Just holding on. Now they're going, we're going to have to breathe. And that means what I'm noticing from the client conversations I'm having is that clients are now saying, we have vacancies, we have to recruit. We've got demand for particular functions in our organization, and we have to deliver to the organization. And so I think it's moving away. In good times, I think we talk to clients about growing headcount, where now in bad times we talk about business critical headcount. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's well, I was watching the news last night actually, and looking at those companies that are really struggling to meet demand. And the one that I hadn't thought about was the flour industry. So the British flour industry, there was a company on there, a family company, been going for sort of a couple of 100 years or so, and their demand has increased fourfold.
Wow.
Fourfold for flour. We're all baking at home, so it was toilet rolls to start with, wasn't it? So obviously that whoever's making those, they're still doing all right. Then it was pasta, but people are now, because of Jamie Oliver, they're actually making their own pasta and realizing they could do it at home. So it's now moved on to the flour, and I must admit, yes, I've got half a banana cake still in the kitchen. So yeah, we've all been baking. So this company is working throughout the night. They're working 24 hours now to meet the demand, whereas they weren't before. So there are businesses out there, and it's not always the obvious ones. I haven't thought about the flour factories.
Yeah, I mean,
and
yeah. Sorry, you're breaking up there for a second. Hello? We've lost Angela. Can everyone hear Angela?
Yeah, I lost you for a second there. So you sent an example of?
Yeah, that's a good example of a business that's doing really well through the sort of situation. But I think there's a lot of businesses that are middling, where they're not doing as well as they were pre-lockdown, but they've still got business that they need to deliver. A lot of contract agencies that I work with are still maybe at 70% of their peak. Perm are maybe down at 20%, so it's much more heavily impacted. But there's lots of businesses that are still at sort of half to 3/4 of their day-to-day business operations. Are you still there? Oh, no. We've lost you. Angela, I'm going to kick you out and then you're going to bring you back in. Okay, everybody, I'm just inviting Angela back in again. That is the nature of the live events, is that sometimes we get technical glitches. As you know, like, imagine the Speaker of the House of Lords going through this situation. What would they do? How would they manage that? But what Angela and I are talking about today is, are you back? Are you there? There we are. There we are. There we are. Fantastic.
I seem to be a second or two behind you. I could hear everything. I didn't lose anything, so I'm not quite sure. It's obviously my end.
Cool. Well, what I'll do is What I'll do is I'll pause in between my talking. So Angela, what we want to talk about is business critical roles. So and business critical roles are ones that, irrespective of what the market's doing, those jobs still need to be done within organizations. So how would you go about engaging with clients about their business critical roles?
It's a bit weird, really, because normally you'd want to talk to the clients about their past situation, their future situation, build the relationship. But at the moment, those that are really busy don't have any extra time. So it's going to be that direct approach at the moment. And it is going to be, right, let's just get down to business. What do you need? What are the issues? What are your worries? What are your concerns? How do we want to do this? These are my recommendations on how you can do it quicker than you normally would. So I always push for direct interviews with clients. So if it is a permanent position, then let's not faff about with the CVs as normal. If you know the client, then put 3 people in for the interview. It's going to be online. They could do a half hour each one to start with, and therefore it's not going to take up too much of their time as it would with a face-to-face anyway. And people know that's the current situation, so they're quite happy to accept that. So for me, it would be a lot more of a direct approach at the moment for those clients that are recruiting, and it is critical at the moment that they really need to get moving as fast as possible. And of course, when you're sourcing, you need to make sure that you're sourcing people that are available immediately as well, which you have a few of at the moment, which is great. So it's a great time to be a recruiter. You can really hone your skills here.
Yeah, no, and I think it's about when clients are busy and they need to recruit quickly, it's about helping them facilitate that online hiring process. I know a few recruiters that are, what they're doing is they're running the Zoom meeting. So to sort of avoid technical issues, what they'll do is they'll send the Zoom link to go, Mr. Client, Miss Candidate, or Miss Client, Mr. Candidate. Here's the link for your meeting. Obviously, if you've got tools like Odro or Hinterview, you can do that yourself. But even just using Zoom or Teams, and what happens is the recruiter basically makes sure everyone's in the room, sets everybody up, and then they sort of leave the room or put it on mute, and then let it take place in the background. But the idea being is to make sure that works well. Often clients at the moment, Angela, are in situations where they're not recruiting. And so part of our proactive business development activity is calling clients and saying, like, I know you're not going to be growing your headcount, but what are the skill sets that you have to recruit irrespective of what happens in the organizations? What sort of answers might you get from clients that could help you with your future business development activity?
Well, I think we need to be realistic that there's going to be those that are like, I really haven't got time to think about this at the moment. It's not something you're going to get those objections. So you need to be ready for them. You need to have your acknowledgements straight away and say, I totally appreciate this is unusual times, and I certainly don't want to add to any of your stress. I'm here for when you need me. So let's talk about how I can be a benefit to you. I certainly don't want to be a hindrance. And therefore, yeah, make sure that you acknowledge it. Make sure you appreciate their situation that they're in. And for me, it would be them booking a Zoom meeting. It would actually be setting that up and saying, right, let's look at when you think it's going to be a change in the business from your point of view. And even if that's sort of 2-3 weeks at the moment, when it looks like, I mean, the positive signs are, it does look like we're past the curve, and therefore things are going to start moving. We need to be ready for that.
Yeah.
Speaking to them and then saying, right, let's book a video meeting, even if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Don't do it on the hour.
Yeah. And I think the part of that, what I'm going to do, Angela, is I'm going to switch off the video because
You're going to say something there, Alex.
Yeah, I'm going to switch off the video because I'm that way they'll reduce the latency. So, are you still there, Angela?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I am. My Mac is telling me it needs to cool down. So.
Yeah, I think we're going to get better if I take off the video. It will probably stress your Mac out a little less as well. So. So I mean, I think one of the things that, if you notice around the industry, there's lots of free stuff about. And I know a lot of recruiters are struggling with free, because what they do is sort of free until the person starts. But one of the things I always promote to recruiters is offering clients a free talent pooling service. And that talent pooling service is basically the client telling you what are the business critical skill sets, and then you keeping a talent pool of those skill sets. And so it goes something like this. Angela, I know you're really busy at the moment, but one of the free things we're doing to help companies at the moment is offering a free talent pooling service, because when you do want to recruit, you're going to want the best people as quick as possible. Would that be fair? Yes, I think so. I think Angela's still there. Right. So Angela's gone. So we've got a free talent pooling service. Angela's still trying to join. I think we've got some technical issues today. So right. So let's go back to the beginning. So Gareth, obviously we're keen to help out. We know you're not recruiting at the moment, but one of the things we do is we offer a free talent pooling service. And what that involves is us having a 20 to 30 minute Zoom conversation where we talk about your business critical roles. These are the roles that if someone left or someone resigned, you would have to recruit. And what we do is we maintain an active talent pool of those candidates. Angela's got her thing in the face. What we do is we keep a talent pool of active candidates that we know are interested in your type of company. So when you do recruit, you're able to move quickly and you don't get any gap in service. How would that sound? It probably doesn't sound very good when we're sort of trying to make technology work, but it's important to know that we do offer free things for clients. Now, by the way, we always offer a free talent pooling service. What you're noticing in a lot of the free things that businesses are giving are the things that they sort of gave away for free already, but now they're just packaging it for free. You've always done a talent pooling service for your clients, but you've just never sold the talent pooling service. You've always offered free salary benchmarking advice. Now you are able to do that anyway as a free service. But the idea being is that you're talking about it as a free part of what you do. as opposed to just part and parcel of what you do every day. So your one thing to focus on today: call 5 clients and ask them about their business critical roles that, good times and bad, they would have to replace, and offer them a free talent pooling service to make sure that you've always got 2 or 3 candidates that are interested in that type of opportunity should that happen. So sorry about the technical issues. I hope you're all okay. It's great to see you in the gym, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care now. Bye.